Hello and welcome back everybody again for another map review. This is a small map called, according to Google Translation, if I don't mess it up, in Oberhausen. I probably just messed it up because it sounded nothing like what it told me. But anyway, um, it's kind of listed that it has several sales points. You can see on the map that it is all down kind of right down at the bottom. And you can see your starting area and your starting lands is both here. There's 24 lands, so to start off with a couple of lands really isn't that big of a deal. The land values is, even for the largest fields, is really low. So that pretty much says right off the bat that all this stuff is going to be small, which is not a negative. My favorite map don't have this many fields, and they're all probably bigger than this, but it's the old family farm map. It is my number one map. I love small maps as far as playing solo, and the reason why I like the other one so much is because the old equipment, stuff like that. So I'm really, it's got my interest already, because not every, I like doing the big, big John Deere's, 9Rs and all that. But that's all great, and I like it. And I like the big semis, and I've had big convoys. Me and my son is actually right now playing on the Australian Outback. I have a playthrough on the American Outback, so I'm pretty much fine with a lot of that. So one thing I don't see, okay, that's kind of irrelevant, but you can see you got some grass areas. They're all perchable. They're all pretty cheap. So that means you can get into silage pretty easy. This is the most expensive thing, and it looks kind of grassy, and even it's 100,000. But if it is large and kind of grassy, I mean, look, you're right here for everything to sell. And speaking of selling, let's see what we got for sale points. Okay, so you got your barn. I know what that is, sawmill. I have no idea what those says without typing into Google Translation, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. You do got 3 sale points for cotton. I assume this right here is a spinnery, or equivalent of that, because it has both of them in it. So yeah, barn's pretty typical. These 2 here, I'd be kind of curious what they're actually named, because you can sell almost anything at them. And if you see the price, you can't keep up with the name. All you gotta do is just double click, and it'll tag it on the map, and it'll light up for all the world to see. To start off with, this is an easy setting. You get pretty much my favorite startup line, except I would probably get rid of this and this. I would go with the smallest combine. But this is the one tractor that I start with, just because of the ability that it has. This one right here is probably one of the most powerful of the small tractors in the game. If you check in your stuff, it runs at 150 horsepower, and you scroll all the way over here. I got a lot of mods of the typical stuff, like the Valtra. It's toward the high end, and it still has more power in it. The good thing about the Fendt is you can pop the engine, and you can also add a front attacher. So this is a pretty good starting lineup for the garage. Like I said, I probably would dump the case, even though I like case and the New Holland. I like these kind of trailers. They kind of start you off with everything there is. I probably would get rid of some of that, just because for my preference. If you like all this stuff, then so be it. Use it. And that's what the map author put in. It's just, I'm reflected on my taste, and everybody's got their own. Some people want an easier start. They just want something new. So let's take a look around. I'm going to do what I usually do. Grab my little pressure sprayer here. We'll look at the farms that you start with first. So see, this is some really, really small farms. But, you know, that's not knocking the author. I like small farms like this. And if you dump this harvester, in my opinion, and you add the small one, it just, if you're into this small map, you're not in any kind of hurry anyway. So you can start with New Holland, that's perfectly acceptable, or you can go down one more. And the beauty of it is, from looking at it, yeah. So even if you wanted to get into combining fields and stuff, say you want to do like me and start linking farms together and start moving up in the equipment stuff, as long as these trees can be chainsawed, which you can see that in about 2 seconds, all I gotta do is run into one. I do play on one map, and you'll really phase right through the trees. These you won't, so there you go. That's perfect. So just cut them down. There's actually is a really nice, I know plows are a pain, but there's a really nice mod. Plows right here, chisel plow. If you search for it on modhub.us, it's nice, it's square, it's not these roll stuff. You can make fields, and this right here, making a field, would be simple as could be. Literally cut the trees, maybe 1 to 2 passes, and then you got your fields together. It is, I mean, nothing. You can link these here. This here is out of bounds. There's your wall. Here's one of your grassy meadows. Does have a fence, so I assume somewhere in here there's going to be a gate or a hole. I would find it hard to believe it doesn't have either of the two. Oh, there it is. So it does. So you could jump into silage. There ain't gonna be no combining fields here. And here's another field you can use for, or area you can use for silage. So joining fields right here, you could have a massive field going across here. This is actually a pretty interesting map for me. I'm starting to like it. This is kind of fenced off. Looks like you can do a little forestry here. I'd have to back out to see that. Here's your little community over here, and all your sell points. They are trying to promote forestry a little bit because there's some wood chip sales, at least, without even paying much attention to it. Here's a place that we lit up. So like I said, if you see that the prices is up on this item right here, you can bring it up on top, do that right there, and it's going to be lit. Just like this. Be a nice big blue. Easy fix. No language barrier there. Oh yeah, I was going to check out woods. And that was right. Yep. So I thought that was grass earlier, but that's actually your forestry. So you can do forestry. You can do silage. You can start off small and go big. And I tell you right now, just from what I see, I'm probably going to play this map. Most surely. I'm going to put this up there probably in top 2, top 3 of my favorite solo maps already, without question. It's pretty simple, and a lot of people may find that dumb, and that's fine. The beautiful thing is we each have our opinion. I just share mine and the reason I have my opinion, and mine is it's pretty nice. It's got some hills, so it's not totally flat. I'd like doing silage, especially grass silage. So there you go. I don't mind doing forestry and do it to make some money. So if I want to take a break from farming, there's forestry. Plenty of small fields that can be combined. If I want to get over here closer by the sell points, I mean, look at there. These fields is not expensive. Uh, I can shape them however I want. I can use a giant setter or just sow some grass or whatever. And I can literally combine all these fields into one massive field and be right next to every sell point in this game from what I've seen so far. So this being a small map actually has a lot of gameplay, because if you start off small, I mean as small as you can get, sell everything, even sell maybe one of your farms, and start off slow, get you a debt, give yourself something to work for. This map, with the growth of it and everything, could turn into a lot of playtime, a lot of enjoyment. I'm going to take one more quick look at multiplayer before I finish up, just to see if it has kind of a multiplayer startup. So I'll be right. Okay, we are back, and in multiplayer, gives a farm, join it. We shouldn't have any lands. Nope. So that's good. All the housing and everything is gone. That's good. There is still this, which I don't think there should be anything. That could be a nice little maybe a update for this map to get rid of all this. Because I mean, if just in logic, and if you start a game in regular Giants map mode, if you don't own the land and you don't own no equipment or anything else in Farm Manager, so this here, in my eyes, would need to go. It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker. Like I said, I still really like this map. You can very easily just go in here and just sell everything out of the garage and get it over with. So, you know, this right here would be really easy to get. You're looking at sale value of 69 over 100, 200, 250, about 300, a little over 300,000, just guessing. So to do that, I would just sell it. The profit that I get off of the selling of it, come over here and buy the biggest harvester that you possibly can get, and then sell it. And you will lose, but this is 515,000. Buy it. Garage. See, you lose over 100,000. So just do that about 3 times along with selling all this stuff, and you'll be right back to where you're supposed to be, or take it on down to 1.2 million, somewhere around there. As far as buying up the lands and stuff, the lands is pretty cheap. So literally, if you wanted to play with a friend on a really small map and kind of enjoy the slow play, it's possible. You can even get one field and the starting pad for $59,000. That is so cheap. So yeah, I mean, this is a very friendly map for small play. So I'm definitely going to give this map some hype. And if you notice in the start of it, I'm fixing to start posting load screens of where my videos is being viewed from Russia, Germany, and France. I find this absolutely amazing. So I put a little splash screen there at the front acknowledging this, and that at the end of these videos I'm going to put in comments in their language kind of my thoughts and feelings based upon the map. And I don't care if I got one viewer, if it's showing up in that a country is actually viewing me. I'm going to try to use Google Translator and try to reach out to them and I mean, it's all about building a gaming community. I don't care where you're from. We are a community, and the modders is the community, and I appreciate both of them. Want to build them both. So like, subscribe, share, get in the videos and comment, and just keep doing what we're doing. I'm loving every minute. I'll tell you I am. So take care, everybody. Have fun.